Preeti. All right. So, resuming. All right. So, my name is Gulzar Sheikh, and I am the faculty support specialist at JoVE. And as I said earlier, along with me, we have our esteemed guest speaker, Jennifer Lee Mafushi. She is from University of Illinois, Chicago. I will leave the introduction and the further, detail about her that she has acquired and secured during her career to her, and we'll come to that bit in a time. Without further ado, let me go to the agenda that we are going to cover today. All right. So we are going to start with a brief glimpse of what JoVE is. Most of us would know JoVE, but there would be many who would not know what is JoVE and what JoVE does. So for that, this would be very helpful to acquire in a very short bit. Then we would try to give you a brief or a crisp overview of our medical sciences collection. That's combination of 2 to 3 collection that we have spread across, and under which we have content that comes in different forms and types. We have core collection, which are usually animation focused, science education, which are live motion videos. And then we have journal and encyclopedia of experiment collection, which is combination of both. Post which will connect or will listen to Professor Mafushi, who will share her experience sharing JoVE content or videos with her students, how that has went, along the time. We'll hear from her soon. After that, I'll take you to the website where I'll show you JoVE video playlist or content, how it can be created and how the ready content can be picked up or located from the website. Along with that, if the assessments are planned or would be planned from the website, and also by downloading the packages, the quiz packages. Now, all of this content seamlessly goes in majority of the LMS that we will see in short bit. After that, towards the end, I would want to give an exposure to a tool which seamlessly brings in entire JoVE website in a miniature form inside your learning management system. I'll come to that part once we all go over the agenda bit. And eventually, yes, towards the end, we will have question and answer session. Feel free to drop your queries, your questions in the chat box. We'll make sure that towards the end, we will answer or entertain all your questions. If you have to leave early, due to any prior commitments, not a problem. We'll get back with those queries and answers either via email or some chat to you all. All right. So moving on, yes, JoVE, which is a video publishing company that provides education and research content to accelerate your education, learning, and teaching for your students in or outside the classroom. Now, just a very brief overview about what JoVE provides in terms of content or learning or teaching experience for both faculty and students is we have 18,000 plus videos in our library, and this JoVE library is ever growing. That means new content in various disciplines, they keep on getting added every semester or every quarter rather. All right. Yeah, we have 12,000 plus videos published per year. This I'm talking about the journal video articles, which are published by esteemed institutions and the authors who belong to these esteemed institutions. Now, collectively, we have 1,000 plus subscribers. When I say subscribers, these are the academia or the academic institutions, which are our subscribers who use JoVE content either for their teaching class, their training sessions, or research methods. When we look at the number of users that we have worldwide, that comes around 8 million plus users from all of these 100 plus subscribers. And when we are talking about video content, obviously it has to be accessible throughout to all of us. So yes, we have 24/7 access that has been given inside or outside the campus. All of these videos, when I talk about education and research content, it has 10 plus subtitles available. Most of widely used languages you would find here. Not only subtitles, we also have voiceovers, which are getting developed sooner rather than later for all our connection, for all our collections. And this really enhances the grasping abilities of the students if you have international students in your class. um, 10,000 plus downloadable protocols has been utilized by the users or faculty members, researchers, professors, postdocs, um, and postgraduate students as well across. What they do with this, they follow the video instructions that we have readily available on our website, and then they embed or load the content inside their LMS folders. All right. Before taking you onto Joe website for a live look and feel, I would want to call upon Preeti Sridharan. She will give you a thorough overview of these collection, what 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 forms this collection, and what are the rationale behind the videos that forms the part of these collections. So over to you, Preeti.
Thank you, Gulzar. So I'll quickly share my screen now. Gulzar, can you please confirm? Are you able
Yes,
to see my screen?
I am able to see your screen.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Mhm.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Dr. Preeti Sridharan, a subject matter expert here at JoVE, and I'm extremely thrilled to be your guide as we explore this fascinating world of our comprehensive medical science collections. So before we go into the collections that are related to medical sciences, I would like to quickly introduce you to our website, our JoVE platform. So our JoVE platform has two different collections, as you can see, education and research, where our education collection is primarily a teaching and a training tool, under which we have core and science education collections. And our core collection that consists of animated videos of fundamental concepts in that particular subject area, but they're of short duration videos, of course. Whereas our science education videos are it is a beautiful blend of theory of the concept as an animation and its practical applications in the research setup. And under research, we have peer-reviewed video journal and method videos under two separate sections. And so for method videos, you can find in a separate collection called the Encyclopedia of Experiments, where we have showcased some of advanced research techniques that are demonstrated in a laboratory setup. So I would encourage you to, just explore the JoVE platform to know more about our collections. And Gulzar will be also taking you to the tour of our JoVE platform as well. Now let me walk you through some of the key features of our core nursing collection. So it is a very comprehensive collection of 8 chapters with 100 video lessons in them. And each of these cover one concept per video. And they also have subtitles and voiceovers in 12 different languages that will help the international students to grasp the concepts in their own native language. And the average length of each video is 85 seconds. Our conceptual animations or designed such that they simplify any complex health concepts that are aiding in and thus they aid in understanding the concept and also retention of the concept to the students. So that is the major goal and purpose of curating this entire collection. And the content throughout, if you see a video, it will be very engaging, and it will also align with educational standards and emphasizing the evidence-based practices, which are very important when it comes to nursing education. And it is also a valuable resource for any aspiring and currently practicing nurses, undergraduate students, graduate level learners of any allied health sciences as well. And all these video lessons are curated referring to widely used textbooks. I have given some of the globally used reference textbooks here. Now let me take you through our content overview, like what are all the chapters we have and what are all the videos, what all the concepts has been covered in our core nursing collection. So our core nursing collection basically offers concise animated video lessons on nursing practices following the ADPI format, which is assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation, and evaluation. So first to introduce about nursing, we have 10 video lessons discussing the essential nursing practice concepts and trends, including organizational structures and ethical considerations. Next, we have a section of healthcare systems, wherein you can find 8 video lessons discussing the fundamental principles of health and illness, covering the dimensions and then models of promotion and Maslow theory. And apart from that, we additionally have 19 video lessons that discusses the overview of the healthcare delivery systems from traditional to integrated models, including primary, secondary, and tertiary care to the patients. And for infection management, which is most important topic when it comes to nursing and also any allied health science discipline. So for this, we have curated 22 video lessons discussing key aspects of infection control and prevention. So to mention some of the videos, you can find video lessons on hand hygiene, personal protective equipment, and transmission-based precautions in this particular chapter. And next we have communication, which is also one of the very important topic when it comes to any healthcare professionals. So under communication chapter, we have covered 17 video lessons discussing effective ways of communication, effective ways of medical communications, basically, and strategies, within the healthcare settings, how to communicate with the patient, what is a therapeutic communication, how to educate a patient. So we have videos covering all of these. And finally, we have a very good chapter, this would be, which is on nursing process. We have 24 video lessons here that will discuss about the steps and methods in nursing process from assessment to evaluation. And all these lessons are curated by emphasizing the critical thinking and the evidence-based practice for nursing. So apart from core nursing pertaining to medical sciences, we have one of our another collection, which is core anatomy and physiology. So the core anatomy and the anatomy and physiology subject as such, that it is a foundational science in the field of medicine. So understanding anatomy and physiology is very much crucial for any healthcare professionals, as it provides a comprehensive insight into the body's complex systems. So our core anatomy and physiology collection is designed to serve as an invaluable resource for those who are eager to understand and also explore the complexities of human anatomy and physiology. Now, we will take a look at the key features that are from our core anatomy and physiology. So this collection has 21 chapters with 362 short video lessons that are approximately 90 seconds in length, dealing with one concept per video. And they have a clear animation providing crisp, systematic, and to the point explanations for better understanding and retention of the student. And the entire video and the entire content is curated basically on the globally recognized textbooks to ensure the scientific accuracy. And here I have listed some of the textbooks that has been referenced, because this is very important as some of the anatomical terminology, some of the anatomical structures that are globally accepted and that is being globally used without any change as such as an atlas. So we wanted to ensure that the entire picture of the muscle or the bone that is being globally used and accepted is being just translated to our animation. So we made sure that those pictures are used as such in our animation, such that it will help the students to retain whatever they are reading and also whatever they are looking at. and they will understand the concept such that it will just be a replica of what they read in the text in a better way. So we also have a more additional videos, 63 additional videos that will provide a real-time practical applications of the core concepts that are discussed in the anatomy and physiology collection. And we have segregated these videos and we have put up in a separate tab called Scientists in Action videos, where you can find some of the some of the concepts and how that are being used in a research setup. So you can, Gulzar will be taking you through the website. At that time, he will be showing you all this. And this entire core anatomy and physiology collection is tailored basically for any undergraduate courses, and it will just align seamlessly for any pre-medical as well as medical student curriculum. So, coming to the content details, what we have in our core anatomy and physiology collection. So, just to introduce the core anatomy and physiology along with a basics of some cellular biochemistry and its processes along with tissues, we have 141 videos that deals with introduction of human body, some of the important terminologies in anatomy and physiology, and some of the directional terms in anatomy and physiology, and then diagnostic techniques, homeostasis, biochemistry of the cell and molecular biology, and tissues and different types of tissues are being covered in these 141 videos, and these lay a foundation for students to further study about the systems, other human systems that are very complex to study. So we have laid the foundation in these 141 videos, followed by we have separate chapters for skeletal system and integumentary system. So it has videos covering the structure, anatomy, and functions of integumentary system, that is and skeletal system, that is skin, other tissues. And then for skeletal, we have bone tissues, axial and appendicular skeletons, joints, and different bones that are in different types of joints. So uh, and then we have a separate chapter for muscular system that covers 42 video lessons focusing on muscle tissue and the organization and function of the entire muscular system. And we have one more dedicated chapter for nervous system with 86 video lessons that explores the anatomy and functions of central nervous system organs like brain, and then spinal cord and autonomic nervous system and special senses. And finally, we have a collection of videos, 23 video lessons for endocrine system that discusses the anatomy and function of the endocrine system, hormonal regulation, and different organs that are involved in that are there as in the endocrine system, of course. So I would, in this slide, I would like to show you how important it is for anybody to have to have a concept as a video. So the video lessons with animations play a vital role in teaching anatomy and physiology due to their ability to visually illustrate any complex concepts here. So here you can find an example showing muscles for facial expression as a static image and as an animation. I will just play this animation now. I hope you would have appreciate the a difference on seeing the static image and that particular concept being studied as a video. So this visual representation would help the students better to grasp the abstract ideas. So apart from this, we are expanding our nursing as well as core anatomy collection, and we are also having one more new collection for nursing in pipeline. So for nursing, we are releasing unit 2, which will feature 119 video lessons that will majorly cover documentation and reporting, ethical and legal considerations in nursing. And we are getting a new collection on medical surgical nursing that introduces different organ systems and the disorders that are involved in that organ system, surgical interventions, diagnosis of those disorders, and how to care the patients pre-surgery and post-surgery. So these are some of the videos that you can expect for this new collection. And our core anatomy and physiology, we are releasing Unit 3, which will feature some of the other systems that are not being discussed so far, like cardiovascular, lymphatic immune system, and then urinary system, reproductive system, development and inheritance, and then respiratory, digestive, and also metabolism and nutrition. So you can expect these in shortly in few days, I would say, for anatomy and physiology and nursing. So apart from this core collection, we also have one more collection in our science education, which is our clinical skills, which is an extensive compilation that are organized into four main sections: physical examinations, and then emergency medicine and critical care, nursing skills, and coronavirus procedures. Let us now explore some of the key features here. These are the comprehensive video lessons containing both the concept and demonstration of the procedure done in the actual clinical context, employing real patients or volunteers for demonstration. So these are longer videos, around 9 to 10 minutes, with clear timestamps within the videos for easy browsing. And these are some of the specific sections and the number of videos present in this particular collection. So for physical examination, we have 55 comprehensive video lessons with videos such as cardiac exams, thyroid exams, and so on. And the second section is emergency medicine, which will cover the procedures commonly employed in emergency and intensive care settings. And the third one, nursing skills, will have 15 video lessons demonstrating medication preparation, administration of medication, and then safety checks for patients, dosage calculations, and some of the common errors in medication. And lastly, the fourth section, which is freely available section, which will cover 12 videos on coronavirus and some of the procedures involved in screening and treating COVID-19 patients. So thank you, everyone, for your attention and time. Now I'll hand over the session to Gulza for the JoVE website tour and how to integrate your content using LMS. Thanks, everyone. Over to you, Gulza.
All right. Thank you very much, Preeti. All right, let me reshare my screen. You're able to see my screen, Preeti?
Yes, Gulza.
All right.
Yes.
Fine. All right. So now let us take a quick tour of Joe website. I'll quickly show you how to locate the content. And after we'll move on to hear the experiences from Professor Mafushi. All right, let me hide this floating. Right, done. All right. So first thing, how to reach the website. You will type www.jove.com in the address bar. You'll come to this landing page. Now, this option, which you see on the right-hand top side, which says sign in, click on this. The blue text below that, which says create an account, click on that and enter your institutional email address and then hit the create account button. Now, why this is a useful thing? This is a very quick and seamless procedure. It takes a minute or two, but this ensures that you and your students gets access to all the JoVE content or videos, whether they're inside or outside the content, and in complete entirety. So once you enter the institutional email address and hit this create account button, you will receive a verification email to this inbox. Now, always make sure that sometime it does not land in your inbox. Sometime it may go inside the junk or spam. So ensure that you check that, look into, and once you find it, click on the verification email. It'll open up a small form wherein it'll ask you for your first name, last name, the password, and role. Once that is done, you can come back to this website again, click on sign in, enter your credentials, and hit the sign in button. So once you do that, you will see your name appearing on the top right. That means now you have logged in and you would have access to all the content that is part of your library subscription. All right. Now, These two sections that Preeti was talking about, education and research. Let me go to education drop down. Now, when I click on clinical, this is where we have most of our content, core nursing, anatomy, physiology, and clinical skills. These are three relevant collections that we could use content from for our medical sciences courses. Now, let me click on anyone, let's say core nursing. Now, here, this is how the collection is placed. We have chapters, and if you go into any of the chapter, you will find two divisions. One says key terms and concepts, one says scientist in actions. Now, what are these? The first tab, which says key terms and concepts. Now, these are short lessons, or rather videos, which explains the concepts or the key terms that are associated with this particular chapter merely in 90 seconds. Now, a chapter ideally would have around 10 to 12 concept videos that gives thorough, basic, or solid understanding for your students. Now, another tab, what does this do? This builds up from the concept or the abstract ideas or terms that we have already looked into under the previous tab. If they would want to explore more how those things or concepts are actually applied in practicality in real life, these are the video that are associated with every chapter. We call this scientist in action, meaning these are the scientist who performs those procedures, methods, either in the lab setup or clinical setup or on the field. So this gives your students thorough understanding about how the topics that they are learning, those could be really dry when they are learning, in the classrooms, how they actually mean something in real life setup. So all of these chapters would have these two sessions. So feel free to utilize the content to solidify their concept and then taking their knowledge or information further by assigning or sharing these scientist in action videos with your students. Now, as you can see on the top, there are number of languages. So yes, when you choose any of those for your international students, or if they choose it, for themselves, once the videos are embedded in the LMS system, which I'll show you in a bit, they would be able to see the closed caption or subtitles. Why don't I go to one of them and show you that? Let me go to this. All right. So we'll see this on the Joe video page.
The international
All right, so here on the right hand side, you could see the languages. So whatever language you choose, you would see the closed caption and also the voiceover if it is available for the videos. We are expanding voiceovers for almost all of our code collection. So sooner or later, we'll get to that. But most of our videos now have 10 plus subtitle or closed captions as well as voiceover. What else do we have on this page? This transcript button on the right hand side. This sometimes would come very handy to come to know what exactly is happening inside this video. So the video narration that happens here is actually given in the textual form. If a faculty would want to, use this text and narrate what's going on inside the video in the live classroom, yes, please do that. Now, below the videos, you would find some important buttons, one being the embed video. Now, this button will help you to take this video inside your LMS course folder and share it with your students. I'll come to that part once I'll give you a tour of LMS embedding methods and techniques. Now, there is another button which says add to playlist. Now, this is a very useful button. With embed video, yes, you can embed or you can bring in one or single video inside your LMS course folder. But with add to playlist, what you can do is you can create series of videos clubbed together, into one file, which we say playlist, and add it into your LMS course folder. Let's say you are planning to give certain videos on let's say topic X, Y, or Z to your students, and you feel that there would be 3 or 4 videos which are relevant to that or those particular topics. You create short playlist of those and you add inside your LMS. Now, what is the easiest way? You click on add playlist. If you're creating a new, you should hit this. create new and give a name. I say new one for now. I hit create, and then you will see that this particular video is already added. A check mark indicates that this particular video is already added to this playlist. Now, what you need to do is you just need to go or visit any video page, hit this add to playlist button, look for the playlist where you want to add, and just put a check. And it'll keep on. How to embed that, I will show you once. I'll give you that too. So this is how we can seamlessly create and quickly create the playlist on the topics of your choice. Now let me go back. So that was about the features that comes along with the videos that you would find on JoVE website. This is the spot, education, under which you will see clinical, and under clinical, those three collection that we just spoke about. Now, let me give you a quick tour of research content, usually the journal and the encyclopedia of content. Now, what does this mean? Journal, yes, these are method collections and these are live motion videos. And this really helps for training or for reproducing the methods, the steps, if you would like to do that inside your lab setup. Now, encyclopedia of content offers, let me go into one of the journal. Either you can go through this or you can choose your area of interest, which is, your medicine, and it'll take you to that page. It'll list all the journal which are latest. This dropdown suggests that these are the latest video articles that you would see in the descending order. If you would want to see at the popular ones, you can choose this option. There are other filters as per your desire. You can choose and accordingly get to that required video journal. Now, let's say you would want to look something on blood cells and you press enter here. What it'll do, it'll show you videos which fall under research as well as education. So if you're looking for something, introductory, basic, or animation oriented, concept oriented, rather, you can come to this section, which is education, hit view all and browse and spot the relevant one and add it to your LMS course folder. If you're looking for something intermediate to advanced where the techniques are shown, you could look into either EOE, which is short for Encyclopedia of Experiments, or rather the journal, the other one. Right. So now one good thing about search is if you go to medicine, it will show you content related to this particular discipline. But when you do a search, if any relevant video that is associated with the keyword that you're looking for in any of the discipline here, it will show up here. And you can pick and choose any which seems to be relevant based on the topic. All right, so let me click on any one. Let's say this one. I just wanted to show you how the video page looks. It looks slightly different though, but most of the options that we spoke about on the core page would be seen here. The embed video button, it is placed here where you can add this single video inside your LMS course folder, and same add to playlist here. If you want to create a playlist, a series of videos, put together on certain topic to be, shared with your students or with your, trainings. All right. Now, these videos are slightly longer than the core video, which runs, core videos are usually 90 seconds. These run into around, 7 to 10 minutes because this exhibit everything in detail, right from the abstract to overview, uh, to methods, to results, references, and everything. All right. Now, Faculty Resource Center, the last part here on the website. I'll just touch upon that very quickly. That was about creating your own content, first locating and then creating your own content using playlist or single embeds. Here, our SMA department, subject matter expert department, have already curated the content in terms of course maps. When I say course map, the first section, these are widely conducted courses that we have in our institutions. So discipline-wise, we have already created those course maps or course playlist, which you can find under the relevant discipline. We'll click one and see. And the second section is the widely or commonly used textbooks that we provide to our students at our institutions. Those are also mapped. So all the videos that come from JoVE library, it could be from different discipline, but they could be very relevant and important based on the topic that we have in the TOC of those books are already mapped and provided here for your dissemination purpose. All right. Let me click on clinical medicine here, the course map. So what we have done, we have created topic-wise all the course playlist. So you could click on any of these, and if you feel that this seems to be relevant, let me click on, let's say, fundamental of nursing. Just wanted to give you a glimpse at how the content is arranged in a particular curated playlist. So this is how it would be. You'll have the topic and the relevant videos under those, and the second section or subtopics, and so on. So if you feel this is relevant, you just need to hit this blue download CC button. It'll download a small file. And then, yes, in a bit, I'll come to the part where I'll show you how to embed that particular common cartridge. That's a technical term that we use for LMS files, or rather the playlist. All right, let me go back. So there are many. Feel free to explore all of those. And coming back to the second section where I was talking about the textbook. So let me click on clinical here. Right, I'll take you to the page. Yep. Where all the commonly used or widely used textbooks for clinical courses or medical courses rather are put up here. We are expanding our collection. So in some time, near in future, you will see more books coming in or making their way, on this page. If you do not find your course mapped playlist or mapped textbook here on our page, feel free to drop me an email. You will see my email here towards the end on the slide. I will get that mapped for you, or the relevant CS who is dedicated or specially allotted to your institution would take care of that and come back to you with the course map or the map. All right. Now I would like to stop share. Let me stop sharing the screen, and I would like to invite Professor Mafushi to share her experience using JoVE content for her medical related courses, and yeah, eager to hear how those have been useful for you and for your students. So over to you, Professor.
Yes, thank you. I am going to share my screen here. And my PowerPoint setup. Okay. Can you see my PowerPoint okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So as he mentioned, I am Jennifer Mafucci. I teach at the UIC College of Nursing. So I just wanted to introduce our program in the beginning. We are part of the University of Illinois system. We have 6 campuses throughout Illinois with colleges of nursing. Chicago is where I teach. Our campus is actually only about 10 minutes from downtown. And throughout our 6 campuses, we have about 1,600 nursing students. So we offer degrees as a bachelor's, master's, DNP, and PhD programs. And we also offer a couple non-degree certificate programs. So I actually teach in the pre-licensure programs. We have 2 pre-licensure programs. One offers a bachelor's at completion and one offers a generalist master's upon completion of the program. So I became a nurse in 2008. So I started teaching nursing in 2011. So it's been 13 years now that I've been teaching. I received my master's in 2012 and then my doctorate in education in 2019. And 2019 is when I joined UIC teaching in the pre-licensure programs. So all of my experience has been as a nurse educator. The courses that I'm currently teaching are health assessment, Med-Surg, and Fundamentals. We have about 80 to 136 students per class, depending on whether it's our bachelor's program or our generalist master's entry program. And then we divide each class into smaller lab sections. So for health assessment, that's where I've really had the opportunity to use JoVE so far. I am coordinating the lecture portion of that class along with the lab portion. So I believe it was fall of 23 when our librarians announced that we had acquired JoVE. And they mentioned there was a lot of great clinical videos. So I actually started using them immediately. And I really just kind of explored the website. I have a certificate in online teaching and learning, so I'm always very enthusiastic to integrate any new online technology or online resources that we have into my courses. And I listened to a couple of the recorded webinars to kind of explore the website a little bit as well as you all are doing today. So I'll show you a little bit of how I have integrated some of the videos. So this is a sample of the lesson plan that I've created for my health assessment course. As I mentioned, I teach the lecture portion as well as coordinate the lab portion. So this was from our week 5 when we were doing the cardiac section and peripheral vascular section. I've highlighted where I integrated the JoVE videos into my lesson plan. So for the lab weeks, I actually have required the videos to be watched before they come to lab. And then starting in the fall, I'm going to use the quizzes that I have seen on there as a pre-lab quiz or sort of an introductory quiz into lab. So that's kind of my way to make sure that they've watched the videos, that they're prepared for lab that day, and that they're on time. So some challenges and kind of how I really, or why I really took advantage of the JoVE videos. One of the main challenges that we face when we're teaching nursing skills is that the students can't see the instructor demonstrating. I have as many as 56 students in the lab with me. We do have multiple lab instructors, so each group probably only has about 8, but when we're together in our larger group, I've had as many as 56. So if I do the group demonstration up front, it's really difficult for the students in the back to truly see what health assessment landmarks they're looking for, to see exactly what I'm doing. And it's also difficult to find high quality videos, as I'm sure many people have struggled with. You end up searching for videos. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to be able to find videos that give accurate information and that are quality videos. And for things like health assessment or a lot of the clinical skills, you really need real people in the videos. It's difficult to really understand the landmarks and really understand what things you're looking for if you're using cartoons or mannequins. So having live people in the videos is really important. So with the JoVE videos, I found that it really cut down on my time needing to search through all these videos. I didn't have to search YouTube. I didn't have to watch 1,000 videos to try and find one that I could offer to my students that I knew was going to have complete information, that was going to have accurate information. And it has the live actors, which is really helpful for health assessment. And the quality is obviously a lot better than doing it myself. So you can see on the top picture, I had recorded some videos of me doing some health assessment on my daughter, but I don't have the capability to zoom in and out. I don't really have the capability to be able to show exactly what I'm looking for, just kind of the technique in sort of a larger sense. So the bottom video is a screenshot from one of the assessments from the JoVE video. So you can see it's so much easier for the students to really see what you're looking for and what you're looking at and how to do the techniques correctly. So a little bit more detail about the various ways that I've used the JoVE videos. One, as I mentioned, as a ticket into lab, as a required video watch before they come in and actually do the skills. And then the lab quizzes I'm going to start integrating into Blackboard and require those for the fall. So I have a screenshot here of how I had put the peripheral vascular exam into my Blackboard course, and I turned on the statistics tracking so I could actually see who had been watching the videos, and then they watched them on time before they came to lab. I also like that I can put it right in there. It saves the student a little bit of time. You're sure that they're watching the right videos, so it's really helpful to put it directly into whatever your learning management system is. We use Blackboard at UIC. I also use it to supplement my lectures and my labs. So on the right, I have a screenshot of how I put one of the videos into the journal function in Blackboard. So you can put the video right into the journal function, and then I have questions listed underneath it. So this would be something that I would do in the lab setting, maybe in a small group, have them watch this video together in a small group, and then they can go through these questions and actually write the journals in there. If you have students bring headphones to lecture, it could be something maybe they all watch it on their own because they are pretty short. It really kind of helps break up the lecture time as well. The central venous access dressing change is another video I've used in the middle of lectures when I'm doing oncology care and we get to the responsibilities of the nurse. So there's a lot of skill videos that are kind of also helpful to integrate into lecture. So I personally, my classes are 3 to 4 hours, and so that's a long time to do a lecture. So having these videos to kind of help break up the lecture is really a good way to do that. Another way that I like to use the videos is as a review. So in nursing, we really expect the students to pull on their previous knowledge and to come to class prepared with the knowledge that they had from their past courses. So for most programs, anatomy and physiology, they either have that as a prereq before they enter the nursing program, or maybe they take it in their first year or two as an undergrad before they start the nursing program. So for some students, they haven't had an anatomy and physiology class in maybe 5 or 6 years, but we are expecting them to know that information before they start their nursing classes. For some people, obviously, that's been a challenge to have several years ago. So these videos are really helpful to give them a review, and then you're not using kind of that valuable lecture time to re-go over something that they needed to know. I'll also pull content, the Nursing Code of Ethics is great in fundamentals, their first semester. And then, if they need reminders from the first semester, it's helpful to direct them back to the videos and saying, we have all these videos that you can review and refresh on because this is information that you need to pull forward into your future nursing classes. So some suggestions that I have for just doing these videos. I really like using the LMS or Blackboard to integrate the videos. I found that students tend to have about 3 different learning platforms before they get overwhelmed. 3 learning platforms seems to be about the sweet spot. So at UIC, for example, we have Blackboard, which is our learning management system. We also have another platform where they get all of their textbook information, their reading modules, and then some of us use a third app or platform to take attendance or do polling live. And so putting the videos, either linking them directly in Blackboard or just being able to play them directly in Blackboard kind of helps cut down on some of that overload. It also allows you to track who's watching the video. So if it's something that you would require them to watch before class, you're able to then track who has completed that per the requirement. You can assign a grade to it if necessary. As I mentioned, I would just explore the website. So they do have, if you're a nurse and you're teaching nursing, they do have obviously the nursing videos, but a lot of those other videos, maybe like pathophysiology, anatomy and physiology, pharmacology, can be really pertinent and helpful supplemental information, either as a review from something they should have had in the past, or just to have supplemental information in whatever content that you're teaching. One thing that I learned doing my certificate in online teaching and learning from my professors was that vanilla is a very delicious flavor too. And it's something I have to keep reminding myself over and over again because I do get very enthusiastic. So you can see I've tried to use the videos in different ways. I want to use the quizzes. It can be overwhelming for some people, so it's okay to start small. It's okay to start with a playlist and then kind of work your way into integrating this into different formats. So there's a lot of different ways you can use the videos. Quizzes can be either supplemental or required. So you can kind of start a little bit easier on integrating some of this stuff with and not have to do everything that I did all in the first semester. And with that, I will turn it back over and I will be available for questions at the end.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor. That was quite insightful and a lot of different ways in which you have utilized your resources and how, I mean, it really shows that it did, add in some value. Thank you very much again. All right. I would quickly share my screen again to take you over a quick and a short tour about how we can, add the content to our LMS course folder. All right. Let us see how to add a single video. So come to the video page, locate that video. Either you can use the menu or search for the video. I'm here at this basic life support video. I click on this embed video button. It'll take me to this page wherein I look for copy embed code button, which is here. I hit that. It says copy embed code. That's already there in the clipboard. I come to my LMS, let's say Canvas here, or let's go to Blackboard. What do? I go to content here, then I look for this menu which says build content and the item, the very first option. When I hit on that, first I need to give the name as basic support. And then next, look for the angular brackets here, the source code, which says source code. Click on that, right click and paste. So that code gets pasted here, hit the save button. Immediately, the video gets dropped here. Now, if this is not visible, here's the three dots, the ellipse here. Usually it will be hidden. So if you hit the ellipse, it will get expanded and see that option. So once this is done, you can click or hit the submit button here at the very bottom. Your video will be added here at the very end on the content page. So let me expand this. This is how the video will be dropped. You can play the video. You can expand. The student can see everything in entirety and they don't have to log in to access this video. So whole video would be accessible for them right from their LMS course. So that was about having or getting the individual video here inside your course. Now, let me show you what if you want to get the entire playlist, the playlist that you may have created by yourself or the one that you like from the Faculty Resource Center. Let's say I like something, I download that as I had shown you. Let me go to that, maybe one of the playlist under clinical. For now, let me click on any just to show that this is the download CC button. To reiterate, that this is what you need to hit. Always make sure that you're logged in, then only you'll see this. If you're not logged in, you would not see this. So always create your account quickly, log into that and get to this button. Hit that, it'll download a small file. Once you do that, you'll come to your Canvas LMS. This time I'm using Canvas. Just to so so that I could show you how compatible our content is with various LMS. I'm trying to use different example when I'm showing you different methods and techniques. So here on Canvas, I hit on settings, which is at the very bottom on the left hand side. Then on the right, I will look for import course content. Here in the drop down, I look for common cartridge. Once I do that, I'll choose the file. I have downloaded, let's say, the relevant one, Introduction to Health or Physical Examination, Endocrine System. I choose let's say all of them one by one, but one at a time, obviously. Then I choose all content. These are the three options that you need to choose, and then click on import. Once you do that, you will see the status here from progression to completion. So once it says completed, you'll come to modules, and always at the very bottom, that's the place where you'll see all the newer content added. So similar fashion, I've added all three: physical examination, introduction to health, and the endocrine system. So when you expand, this is how you'll see all the videos immediately, instantly in a minute or so, comes inside your course folder. So let me click on any one just to see how the student would see. So this is how the student would see the page. Once you share it with them, they will have the title, the video placed, and all the associated textual content that you would find on the website for this video. And yes, all the options that is associated with the video player that you would see on the JoVE website, it comes handy here as well. All right. Now, there is another way to add content to your course, which is the quiz way. Quiz allows you to bring in the videos along with the assessment questions. Now, what you need to do is you need to create the quiz on the website. I I will send you a detailed tutorial on how to create the quiz once I send a follow-up email to all of you all. And once the quiz gets downloaded, you will see the steps also in that, how to add that quiz package here. But once it is added, this is how your student would see the quiz video at the top, and below that you will see the question. So once they see the video, they attempt this question and click on the submit answer. If this is a graded quiz, all the marks will be recorded in your grade book. Whichever LMS you're using, it automatically connects to that and it will get recorded there. If it's an ungraded, it will show you what correct or incorrect attempts they may have done. And that will be good for them to review, their gaps and their, lackings. So yes, it can be converted into graded and ungraded for better comprehension abilities of your students. So single embed, we have seen that's one method to embed the content, the playlist that we have again seen, second way to embed the content or the videos. And this is third way where you have videos as well as the assessment questions. Now, the last part here, I was talking about the LTI tool. Now, not all the institution would have that, but if you need it, it comes, along with your subscription. So feel free to drop me a message. I'll connect you with the LTI personal. And once that gets provisioned, it takes, around 2, 3, or 4 days. The LTI person will communicate with the admin, LMS admin there, and that will get provision quickly between 2 to 4 days. So once that gets done, what difference it will make? This time I'm using Moodle as an example. If you try to add the content, you would not have to go to the JoVE website. You just look for external tool. Same option you'll find in any of the LMS. And from the drop down, you would try to look for JoVE Videos live version. This is how it will establish the connection with JoVE website right from your LMS. And then you click on select content. So just to give you a glimpse, this is how the window will open. It will give you options like video, quiz, and playlist. Whatever content you wish to add, you can just click on that. Let's say you have created, certain playlist here. You can just click on plus, and you can see we have created this new view. All right, I click on submit and that particular playlist gets added. Let me click on save and display. So this is how that playlist, we just had one video there. So you'd see one. So more videos you add, all of those videos would come here. The difference between common cartridge and using LTI playlist is this will show the playlist as you would see on the website, and that would come in a native form. So whichever or whatever your requirement would be, feel free to use the content, in that fashion in your LMS. Now, I would like to, wind this session of, techniques and methods. Let me stop sharing, and I would like to open up for question and answers. All right. I can see there are a couple of questions in the chat. Let me go over those. Okay, are the contents in JoVE subject to copyright? Um, if you're talking about the education content, this is developed and created in-house. Otherwise, also the research which has been developed in alliance with our researcher or authors. So yes, they are subjected to copyright, and you get access if you're subscribed to whether be it on institutional level or individual level. So otherwise, uh, accessing it, otherwise it's not possible, other than someone pirates that and make it available. But yes, it is subjected to copyright. But if your library has access to that, so feel free, because that comes at no cost to you and to your student. All right. Do grades import per quiz or as one aggregate column for all JoVE quizzes? It comes separately. It depends on what kind of quiz you make. You can either make chapter quiz, meaning 10 videos together, or you can make individual quiz that is just for that one particular video. So that particular package becomes one particular entity or element on your grade book or grade page. So if it is one quiz with one video, that'll show, let's say, quiz one. If it's one quiz with 10 videos, that'll be quiz two. So this is how it will be displayed. It depends on the package, irrespective of the videos you have. So one quiz is equal to one particular listing on that grade page. Yes, a copy of recording would be shared with all the people who have taken out, time to attend or register or attend, to this particular session. So yes, our team will shortly, get back to you with the recording of this session. Right. I think I have a question for you, Professor. Uh, just one thing I would like to express here. Though this looked little rush, there was a time crunch, and we are running over time. But I would just like to take, maybe 5 minutes more to address those questions. Um, Feel free to, move on if you have any prior commitments. But if you have some time, so please bear with me, and let's finish off this session in next 5 minutes. And everyone, yes, you'll get recording. And if you need the copy of presentation, feel free to drop me a message. I can, share that also. I'm sure Professor would be very happy to, share that copy of presentation with you all. All right. Let me come back to the question that I have for you. All right. Yeah, Professor, there's a question for you. In what form you have used your quiz, graded or ungraded? And did it meet your expected outcome?
Yes, so I am planning to use it in this coming fall. I have not been able to do them in the past, but I am planning to do them graded. I'm going to put them in Blackboard and use the lockdown browser. Give them, I'll probably cut it down to maybe 5 or 6 of the questions and give them about 15 minutes to do. And so I will allow, I think, them to drop probably their lowest grade, but that is my way of, again, making sure they watched the videos and that they're coming to lab on time. Chicago traffic can be a little iffy, so it's part of my way of encouraging timeliness in getting to lab. So I have reviewed the questions, and they were what I was looking for these health assessment pre-lab quizzes. So I'm excited to get those integrated.
All right. All right. Quite interesting. Thank you. There's another question. Let me finish with you first. It is like, did closed caption add value to your course content, and how?
Yes, I always try to offer things as many forms as possible. So I really like that the transcript is available and that the closed captions are available, because a lot of people need different, they learn in different ways. So I really like to provide that. And as you probably noticed from one of my first slides, UIC is pretty diverse. So we have people who speak a lot of different languages. So being able to see the closed captions in different languages is also really helpful because English might be their second language. So it's, I think, a great tool to be able to offer that. And maybe it helps them learn faster and they're not spending so much time translating in their head.
Right, right. Thank you very much for that information. All right, there is another question. This I will take. How do I check which videos I have access to? I may have forgotten to show you that on the screen, but once you create the account where you see the name on the top, when you hit that drop down, you will see My Joe. When you click on that, you will have one of the button on that page that will show you the access. So it's always good you create account, log in, and go to that spot, and you will see what all collection or content or videos you have access to before you try to look for and then add to your courses. All right. There's last question. This is for you, Preeti. What if I think I've already answered, but if you could reiterate this, that will be helpful. What if I don't see the ready playlist or the book that I have on the page, which is Faculty Resource Center? How much time that would take if I send a request to Joe?
Okay. If you do not find the any ready-to-use playlist that is just matching to your courses, please feel free to email that to the dedicated curriculum specialist here, Gulzar Sheikh, and he will get back to you with a playlist. And if it is a curriculum or syllabus that needs to be mapped, then it would take at least 2 to 4 days to get back to you. Or alternatively, if you would like to have entire book to be mapped, then we need at least a week's time. I would say at least 7 to 10 days to map a book, depending on the chapters that it has and the content. How relevant is that? So we have to really look in depth for the each book. So it would take a bit more than for getting back for the usual curriculum mapping.
All right. Thank you very much, Preeti, for that. The last bit, and we'll end the session. If you need any guides or instructions or video tutorials on how to embed, though you'll have the recording with you where I have taken you over the steps, but that might be little swift or quick for you. So we have a detailed video tutorials on that same page, which says Faculty Resource Center, the third section below course map and book map. Feel free to look for your LMS or the online platform, and that'll help you help yourself load the content independently. So lastly, I would really want to thank everyone, most importantly our guest speaker, Professor Jennifer Lee Mafushi, along with Preeti Sridharan, for collaborating with me and making this session on medical sciences courses interesting for all the audience who have allotted and given that much time out of their busy schedule. So thank you very much once again, everyone who made this a success. So have a good time and see you all sometime somewhere. All right, bye bye.